Are you ready to start?
Dames en heren.
We can start with you while other people are here.
Dames en heren, welkom by ons veiling. Dit is vandag die 28ste Junie 2012 en die veiling het nou amptelik begin. Ons wag mos nie meer vir laatslapers nie, ek geniet dit vrees. Die veiling gaan in Engels gedoen word. Ek gaan die reëls ook so lees. As julle enige vrae het in Afrikaans, kan julle vir my na die afloop van die Engelse weergawe dit vra, dan gaan ek dit onmiddellik in Afrikaans herhaal. Kyk asseblief vir my, let op dat vandag se advertensie in die koerant het die drukkersduiwel vat. Hulle het gesê die veiling begin 12 uur, maar is definitief 10 uur. Ons sal hier agterbly en vir die mense sê, jammer, hy is nie 12 uur nie, dit is definitief 'n 10 uur veiling. Also kindly note that this auction commences at exactly 10 o'clock. There's a misprint in today's newspaper. This is a live auction, so we are sending it via streaming to the rest of the world. Kindly make sure that you have registered at the front desk and receive your bidding number and due diligence pack, as a prospective bidder cannot participate in the bidding process if not registered as a bidder and in possession of a bidder's number. It is important that all registered bidders must thoroughly inspect the property, read the offer to purchase and comply with all FICA requirements, provide ID and residence before the bidding starts and must not bid unless he or she has done so. In terms of Section 55 of the Consumer Protection Act, the cooling off period does not apply to goods bought in auction. Please note all the things that must be rectified in this property. There's no cooling off, and what you see is what you get, the old food stewards. That is how you are buying today. Those of you who are married within community of property must note that your husband or wife must also be present at the auction in order to sign the offer to purchase, should you be the highest bidder. A person who attends the auction to bid on behalf of another person, a company or a CC must produce a letter of authority that authorizes him or her to bid on behalf of that person or entity. A trust must already be registered and in possession of a letter of authority of the Master of the High Court. Auction, we are selling per rising bid and the currency is South African Rand. On the fall of the hammer, the highest bidder is bound to his agreement of sale. The seller today is a VAT vendor, which means that VAT will be calculated on the purchase price. The purchaser shall not be held liable for any arrears at the municipality if applicable, so you start with a clean account. This is an auction with reserve. In terms of section 45, in a reserve auction, the seller reserves the right to accept or reject the highest bid over his reserve price. If the reserve price is met, the auction becomes absolute and the property is sold to the highest bidder and an agreement of sale is concluded. In the event that the highest bid falls short to the reserve price, the auctioneer will, in terms of Regulation 28 of the Consumer Protection Act, knock the property subject to confirmation in order to allow the seller to confirm or reject the highest bidder offer during the acceptance period. Please note that today's sale, the period is 14 days and not our usual 2 confirmation days. So it's 14 days because the bank must also say it's in order. Should any subsequent bid be received from a third party during this 14 days period, the new third party bidder will register in terms of the original auction rules and will have only one opportunity to submit a higher bid. Should a higher bid be submitted, the highest bidder of the first instance shall have the sole right of refusal to equal or better such bid. The offer to purchase shall be deemed to have been accepted when the seller signs the offer to purchase. So you don't pay any money until the seller and the bank accepted your offer and they sign the sales contract. Then we will start asking money from you. The highest bidder shall sign the sales agreement or offer to purchase immediately here at the front desk after the auction. The purchaser may not alter, amend or withdraw the agreement of sale during this 14 days. Auctioneer. The conduct of the auction is subject to the control of the auctioneer of the day, Mrs. Chmarietjiekeetauctioneers, who has the sole right to regulate the bidding procedure. In terms of section 45 of the CPA, the seller or his agent shall be entitled to bid up to the reserve price on behalf of the owner, but shall not be entitled to make a bid equal to or exceeding the reserve price. Payments. The purchaser shall be liable for the following 3 payments: the purchase price, the auctioneer's commission and the normal transfer duties. Let's go back to the purchase price. The purchase price is payable into the trust account of the conveyancer appointed by the seller. The purchaser has 60 days to deliver 100% guarantees. Guarantees are only for the convenience of the purchaser. If you do not get a loan at the bank, you will still be able and liable for payments. The second payment is the auctioneer's commission and it's calculated at 10% of the purchase price plus VAT. And this amount is payable in the trust account of the auctioneer's attorneys. Both attorneys will send you a statement, so don't worry, you pay when they ask for the money. And the third payment is your normal transfer duties. The vendor's roll will be available at our auction house for a period of 3 years calculated from today's date, and any person present at the auction may object to the rules, and such objection shall be recorded in the vendor's roll. On the fall of the hammer, the auction formally comes to an end. In the event that we do not reach the reserve and that the auctioneer is concluding with the words sold subject to confirmation by the seller, that will be the end of today's auction. The rules of the auction meet the requirements set out in the Consumer Protection Act. Are there any questions? Is daar enige vrae?
The seller is back registered.
Ja, die
So there's no
verkoper,
transfer.
ja, daar is nie oordragkostes nie, maar SARS mag dalk besluit dat dit is 'n eenmalige transaksie en dat hulle nie gaan BTW hef nie, maar jy moet gereed wees om BTW te betaal. So as jy 'n prys in gedagte het, onthou om jou 14% beide te rekening betyds op te hou BTW. Maar die afslaer is definitief 'n werkvender en jy gaan op die 10%, die 14% BTW betaal.
En die bordbedrag 10% kom by as jy kommuniseer met die eie som.
Ja, kom ons maak 'n maklike sommetjie, moet nou nie net tot daar by nie. Kom ons vat dit R1.000.000, as die hoogste bod R1.000.000 is, dan gaan jy 1.1 miljoen betaal. R1.000.000 en 100.000 vir die afslaer se kommissie en dan die BTW op die bedrag. Goed, baie dankie. Nou gee ons nou vir Chmarietjiekeetauctioneers.
Sorry, can you just repeat that in English about the translation?
Okay, I said I'm going to give an example for the calculation of the purchase price that you're going to pay. The first one is, say, for example, we take 1 million rand. Then you're going to pay 1 million rand plus 100,000, which is 10% on the 1 million. That's the auctioneer's commission, plus 14%.
And the transfer duty is not payable?
No, there's no transfer duties. It's a VAT transaction. You're going to pay 14% VAT on the transaction. Okay, thank you very much.
Ek gaan 'n bietjie Afrikaans praat, ek 'n bietjie Engels praat. Ek het saam met Dom die EQ5 gedoen en ons het baie lekker saam gewerk. En hulle het ook my vra hier my punte en so, maar gelukkig het ek dit alles klaar self gedoen en hulle kon dit ook sommer self regkry. I think it's a very nice property here. Brooklyn is one of the best area, and I think it's a nice place to stay or do what you want to do. So I'm not going to talk too much today, so let's start this. Half an hour, 1.5 million. That's 1.5 million, 1.5 million. That's 1.5 million, 1.6 million. That's 1.7 million. That's 1.7 million, 1.8 million. That's 1.8 million, 1.9 million. At 1.9 million, 1.9 million, 1.950. At 1.950, I take 50,000 from you there, 1.950. I've got 9.9 here. At 1.9 and I take 150 here, 1.50. I've got 1.950. At 1.950, 1.950, I'll take 10,000 more from you. At 1.950, 1.960. At 1.960, 1.970. At 1.970, 1.970, 1.8. At 1.8 million, 1.980. 1.80. At 1.80 here after 1.80. 1.80 here after that. At 1.80 here after 2 million. At 2 million, 2 million, 2 million, 2 million. At 2 million, 2 million, 2 million, 1.05. I'll take 50,000 from you, sir. Don't put it alone in. Look at me. I'll take 50,000 from you. At 2.1, 50 million. At 2.1. At 2.1, I'll take 2.1 from you. I've got 2.1, 2.1, 2.1, I'll take 50,000 more. I've got 2.1, I'll take 50,000 more from you. I've got 2.1 million. At 2.1 million. I've got 2.1 million. You all out at 2.1 million, I've got 2.150 here, I've got 2.2 million there, at 2.2 million, I've got 2.2 million, at 2.50, at 2.50 million, 2.50, 2.50, I've got 2.50 out of 2.3, I've got 2.3 million, at 2.3 million, are you all out at 2.3 million, at 2.3 million, back, you all out at 2.3 million, at 2.3 million, I'm still on you, sir, at 2.3 million, all out at 2.3 million, for the first time. Soos ek met sadig praat, ek voel het second time and third time for 2.3 million to card number 1041. 1401 for 2.3 million to card number 1401. Thank you very much. Something confirmed by the owner. I know the bank is also involved in this property. We just hear it a little bit later, but we will come back to you. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.